partnership between Greece and the United States of America is top shelf. It's growing, it's strong, and of course, in terms of energy, shipyards and shipping, huge opportunities are presented for the near future. So it's up to leaders to work together and produce the opportunities, like I stated in the conference, of new job opportunities, of growth through cooperations in terms of energy. The United States extract and export LNG. The Greek-owned fleet is 20% of the global fleet, is 5,800 vessels. I think it's more than obvious that we can work together in terms of Greece and the administration. We have the storage capacity now in Vithousa. We have the reverse pipeline from the south to the north in the port of Alexandroupolis, and great plans in terms of being able to be a key framework and sector and hub in terms of energy. Secretary Berkham was here, then I met him in DC 1 week after. He's the Secretary of Interior and Energy Char. I met with Secretary Duffy, Secretary of Transportation, Undersecretary of Energy Volz, and Undersecretary of State Department and other officials, but also the private sector, American investment banks, senators, governors. It was very, very fruitful. I think the will for cooperation is there, and our teams are working together to put out a plan that is viable, doable, and for it to be presented in the next few months. Well, I was invited also in London a few weeks ago. It's an institution, I think. It's a tradition nowadays, and I was happy to see opinion makers and opinion leaders and people of the industry, very, very successful Greek shipowners, but also diplomats and politicians. I think it's needed. It's a place of exchange of thoughts and ideas and policies, and always when people get together and they exchange ideas and plans and maybe visions also, I think positive things can be produced.
We very much support the IMO as a global regulator in sustainability matters. We believe that with everybody working together, and truly everybody working together, owners, charterers, regulators, and other stakeholders, we can reach our 2050 targets. However, all of the stakeholders in the conversation must be equally heard. Ship owners have a lot of practical experience, and they have some very positive ideas as to how to take decarbonization forward. I don't think that there is a single silver bullet. We will have to look at multiple solutions, multiple fuels, multiple technologies. We have at this moment in time 69,000 ships, large deep-sea cargo ships, which are in the fleet. Many of them are modern, and many of them will still be on the water in 2045 and 2050. So we need technologies such as carbon capture, we need biofuels, we need LNG, we need every possible low fossil and zero fossil fuel alternative and technology to take us to 2050. In order to build or convert ships to alternative fuel, the capital cost, the capital expenditure at this moment in time is prohibitive, unless there is a very close cooperation with a charterer. That is why we have to look at drop-in solutions like biofuels and also carbon capture and LNG, which will allow us to truly decarbonize the existing and the future fleet. The IMO must work hard to incorporate simple implementation mechanisms for the net zero framework that will be workable for all of shipping sectors, both tramp and liner. I would like to say that Capital Link does an amazing job of keeping the shipping conversation very vibrant and very active. We need this conversation in order to exchange ideas and experience. And I think that for that we have to thank Capital Link.
The actual message was about operational excellence in shipping should go hand in hand with the society. And actually we say that because we found one striking finding from a recent survey, large-scale survey that we did in the East Mediterranean. It's a region-specific survey, that civil society and port cities, they seem to appear to believe that maritime contributes to global greenhouse gas emissions something between 50 to 70%, when in reality it's about 3%. So you understand that there is a perception versus reality case here that we're faced with, and that from 3 to 70%, it's 15 times an overstatement. So that shows that excellence should take that in account, look in data, be aware of also what the civil society and port cities believe, and we should actually try to widen this gap of miscommunication, if I may say. So that was actually the main point. This is an open survey, and the results I just mentioned was the first wave results. So this is going to be open until 2027, and so far, as we speak today, we have collected 1,500 questionnaires, so respondents from across maritime sector, from shipping companies, seafarers, suppliers, and the civil society. They have all participated so far, and we see that there is a trend that this keeps increasing and increasing. There is a lot of interest. The survey is taking place in the framework of Metavasi project, and so far over 100 stakeholders are part of this collective initiative. The main objective is to actually map the needs and the current status of both people. I mean, we're looking at the human element, and the companies, how ready they are in this digital and green transition, and what are the skills they need, what type of training they need, and how ready they are. I think it was a full house, very interesting discussion so far, and a lot of engagement. It's quite excited, and congratulations to Capital Link and ABS for this collaboration.
I think AI and digital technology are really dramatically reshaping the maritime operations landscape at the moment. There's a huge opportunity, and it's not the hype of autonomous vessels, it's the real practical implementations of tools that can help with day-to-day operations. Tools that make sure that you keep a human in the loop, but you present all of the key information at the right time to allow them to make the best decisions that they can. So examples might include voyage optimization, where you can put real-time weather data against sensor data along with commercial charter party information to make sure that operators are making a decision in the whole rather than in isolation. You have opportunities in predictive analytics, where you can, instead of waiting for parts to fail or doing predictive maintenance, you can get ahead of that by looking at the sensor data to replace parts as they start to show signs of wear. There are opportunities in sustainability as well, by analysing the emissions data using AI techniques. We can better manage our exposure to fuel EU regulations, CII, and other topics like that. It's nice to imagine that AI is going to do everything for us, but the reality is that it's not going to replace all the jobs. It's really important to keep the expertise and experience of all of the operators we have today, and instead of trying to replace the jobs, to use the AI to elevate the work that they do, to mean they're not focusing on the mundane day-to-day tasks, but actually are making high-level decisions using all the information the AI can surface and pull together for them to achieve the best outcomes for the organisation. I think it's important to recognise that the people doing these jobs today don't have an AI background. They've often been doing the jobs for a long time, deep expertise in the industry, but AI is quite a transformational shift for them. So it's really important for organisations to invest in the training and support those people to understand what outcomes they're looking for in these transformations, to make sure that rather than being afraid of the new technology, which really is going to drive rejection and ultimately failure of these initiatives, it's really important to support them, give them the right training so we can achieve the outcomes we're looking for. It's clear that we're not just trying to recruit people out of the existing maritime pool at the moment. We need to inject some AI talent from elsewhere. We're competing against the tech startups and the like. But yes, there will be a time to train people, to ramp them up, which is why it's important that we plan this as a transition, not a step change. What we need to make sure is that we're giving people tools that extend their capabilities incrementally rather than expecting them to do something different tomorrow. And only by having a really clear vision laid out from the top of the organisation, being very clear about the objectives we're trying to hit and what success looks like for everyone, are we really going to achieve that. So it's not necessarily the case that we need to put new technology onto the vessels. I think there are certainly use cases where that will be required, particularly if it's supporting safety critical systems like bridge decision support, things like that. But I think the global connectivity, particularly with the like of Starlink and equivalent, means that a lot of this AI capability can be driven from the shore, and we only need sort of point of access on the vessel. So yes, I think there will be significant investment required to make sure those connections are upgraded, that there's additional technology on the vessel. But I don't think that it needs to break the bank, and it's already the direction of travel for a lot of companies anyway. I think it's going to come from making more unified decisions which will just optimize the outcome across the chain, by making sure that decisions that your commercial team make and the reshaping of those commercial parameters, making sure they ripple down through the voyage optimization, the bunkering, the maintenance, means that we're overall making decisions that are going to end up saving the company money in the long run rather than costing them more.
We are living a VUCA world, that is a world which is volatile, is uncertain, is complex, and the ambiguity is everywhere. So this will influence shipping as well. In after 5 years, I see that the main aspect that will be reflected in shipping is decarbonization and digitalization. It will take a great speed towards the end of the 2030. Also, the transparency that the society needs and is available everywhere will influence as well the way we're doing our operations in shipping. And because everybody don't want the public outrage, which is imminent and is obvious everywhere. So in 5 years' time, we will see a lot of changes in shipping. As far as regards the ship management practices, I see that the way that on the safety side, the way that the tankers have been managed in the past, and the tradition that they have used in the industry will be implemented as well in dry bulk sector and later on the containers and all the sectors. So I expect that safety will improve in the future based on the example of tankers. As we move in a worldwide operations of ship management, we will see multicultural center of ship management. And I expect also that in the future, the safety performance and the quality performance of the ship managers will differentiate the good from the bad operators, and this will be reflected somehow on the compensation that we receive from the ship owners in order to have the quality of service that is expected. The seafarers, everybody says that we are going to have a shortage of seafarers. What we have seen the recent years, the 2 years, is that the geopolitics influence a lot the supply of seafarers. In the past, we had seafarers from Russia and Ukraine, and now the majority of them has disappeared. So it created a gap and a shortage of supply in the market. We expect the geopolitics, so somehow influence this thing. Also, the decarbonization, the digitalization, we need from us a lot of efforts to reskill and upskill our seafarers in order to overcome the difficulties of the new regulations, the new fuels, and the new things that are coming into shipping. I would like to say that the naval academies should adapt their curriculum and the way they teach the seafarers in order to be prepared better when they go on board the ships. And of course, the ship managers then, they have the obligation to train them continuously. So the training is something that should be part of the operations. It's not considered as a cost, but as an investment for the future. Also, the heavy regulatory framework, we may the heavy regulatory framework may make the seafarers being reluctant to go aboard the ships because of the liabilities and the pressure that they are facing and the fatigue elements when they serve on board the ships, and also related to the other opportunities they have ashore. These are the main issues that I see for the crew in the future. Always the capital link brings people who provide an added value to the discussions, and always we gain something in our reflections for the future. And I always attend all the Capital Link conferences. Thank you very much.
What we tend to think is the energy transition as an industry transformation. I think that we should be discussing more about it as an industry transformation rather than an energy transition, because there are a lot of pieces that need to come into place so that the industry can actually achieve its goals. Regardless of the fact that we are in a state where regulations are still shifting and are still shaping, we as Hanwha are here to support any business case whenever a ship owner and a customer presents it. We are here to make business cases happen. We are a technology integrator, we are a technology innovator, we are a heavy machinery manufacturer, we have a digital house, an engineering house. We have a virtually integrated value chain and supply chain. The industry can actually turn to Hanwha in support of its transitional and transformational demands. Now, whether it is LNG or whether it is methanol, Hanwha has developed solutions both on the design, vessel design part as well as the engine design part. We have invested a lot in skill sets and we're here to support the industry. Now, we acknowledge the fact that it's a complicated and nuanced decision-making process. That's why we have created this full-blown transitional and energy transition and industry transformation toolbox so that we can support with the business case of a ship owner depending on the case. As a Hanwha Group, and particularly on the shipbuilding side, we have accumulated immense knowledge and skill sets and experience on the LNG side. So we have developed the skill sets and the necessary elements in our supply chain and value chain to support that transition. And we built on top of that the expertise on the other alternative fuels. We've already a good story to tell on the LNG side. We are delivering ships that are going to be running on methanol. It is less than a couple of years ahead until we deliver the first ammonia fueled engine. We are investing a lot on other types of technologies such as gas turbines that can run on both ammonia and natural gas. We have a full-blown product range on batteries and fuel cells. We cannot afford to wait because demand is going to come and we have to be already there. That's why I mentioned earlier, we have been developing this toolbox for the ship owners. Whenever they have a business case, they can turn to us and we can actually create the necessary arrangement of tools for them. A single solution might be far-fetched, but there's a combination of solutions that can be implemented. The net zero target at 2050 might be a bit further down the line, but you can start from today. And what we said during our panel discussion was fuel. The best kind of fuel is the fuel that you save. So ship owners should already start investing in energy efficiency technologies and fuel-saving devices, particularly on the hydrodynamic aspects as well as the thermodynamic aspects, the things that take place on board. And we also have a full-blown list of products and services that we can actually use to support this type of activity. So start with vessel efficiency, energy efficiency, and then on top of that, we're going to be building fuel-ready designs and alternative fuel stories. As always, it's been a tremendous event. My kudos to the organizers. It's been quite an informative day. We started with a deep dive into how we could leverage digital technologies and the operational aspects of shipping. Now we just discussed about the replacement strategies and shipbuilding strategies that can actually support that transition, that transformation. Looking forward for the next panels that are going to be talking about the ship owner's perspective. So I think, yet again, congratulations to the organizers. Fantastic event.
There are seriously risks and threats, but there are also opportunities on the AI. And you know, AI is everywhere. It is here to stay. I think we can take advantage of it in shipping. Lots has been discussed and is being discussed today as well regarding decarbonization of shipping, how to arrive there in a safe way. So I think that AI and digitalization in general is the way to improve efficiency. So for existing ships that are already in the water or ships that are to be built, and we don't know yet the fuel of them because of all the other problems in the chain, supply chain of fuel, I think the AI and digital can assist to increase dramatically their efficiency. So it is there to help us. Of course, it's a matter of culture to embrace it. Training and the cultural change, much more than training itself, is important. We need to, from the top, so shipping companies have to understand at top level, and I think what we have seen in the panel is that these companies, the majority of the companies, are already there, and shipping understood the huge capacity that this can give to them and the huge potential advantage that this can give to them. So commitment from the top, it will cascade down to all the people in the company, and then training will come, awareness of the benefits that this is going to give to us. Of course, it will be more complicated on board, because there we need maximum efficiency, reliability, which is a key word, in order to increase also and maintain the safety. I'm representing RINA, and I care a lot of safety, and that's a key important on the way to decarbonize and, of course, digitalize shipping. I think that there are, of course, risks, as we said before. Even any new equipment that is to be installed on board or ashore is having risks. But you know, every improvement that we have done in this industry had always had risks. When we pass from sails to coal or to the diesel engines or whatever, it was always about risks and how to handle them. I'm sure that shipping can handle the risks of AI. The thing is that this is evolving at a very fast pace that probably we cannot follow. Definitely, that's the reason we are here to discuss. And we discussed also previously in the panel other implications that this could have, even legal, you know, because shipping is based on contracts, insurers, classification societies, and whatever is around the ship, transporting in a safe way from A to B in a very difficult environment as the sea. And that's centuries that we do well. I think we can adapt also to do it better with AI.
Today we are hosting with great success the 15th Annual Capital Link Operational Excellence in Shipping Forum. And as the name depicts, this forum is focusing on all aspects of operations in shipping. We talk about operational excellence across fleet management, environmental performance, human resources, and more. This forum addresses the critical topics the industry is facing today. What are these? Number one, the evolving regulatory environment, especially on the environmental front, ship safety, fleet operations, technology, and the human factor. We had with us a representative of the IMO, and that was very interesting and important given that the forum took place just a few weeks before the passing of the anticipated passing of the IMO environmental regulations, so we had the opportunity to listen to various opinions and insights on the topic. A very big focus was on safety, which is very important, and also on the human factor, the need and how to recruit, train, and ensure the well-being of seafarers. And we had with us a panel consisting of seafarers. The Tsakos group provided that panel of a captain, an electrical engineer, an engineer, and 2 cadets. They shared their insight as to how they pursue a career in shipping. And finally, we had the opportunity to recognize Paolo D'Amico and Dimitris Fafalios, who both as individual ship owners, major ship owners, and at the helm of INTERCARGO and INTERCARGO, had big commitment to best practices and sustainability, and we presented them with the Capital Link Maritime Sustainability Award. Today's forum was held in partnership with ABS and in cooperation with HELMEPA. Our forum is aligned with HELMEPA's mission and objectives, and we were delighted to cooperate with HELMEPA and be a partner with ABS.